Coldwater Creek, West Virginia, 1994. Most people have never heard of it. Just a small town surrounded by endless forests, forgotten coal mines, and the kind of silence that feels heavier than words. I wouldn't have heard of it either, if not for the disappearance. It started with a family, the Harrows. John Harrow, his wife Linda, and their two kids, Emma and Brian. They weren't locals. They'd moved from Pittsburgh after John lost his job and inherited a house from a distant relative. People in town said the place had been empty since the 1950s, after the coal company closed down and the workers left. The Harrows were supposed to bring life back into that house. Instead, they became part of its silence. On November 12, 1994, a neighbor reported lights flickering in the Harrows' house. It was unusual because the house hadn't had working electricity for years. The lines had been cut off after the mines closed. By morning, the Harrows were gone. The front door was locked from the inside. Dinner plates sat on the table, untouched, still warm, as if time had stopped. Emma's schoolbooks lay open, a pencil snapped in half across a page. The family car was in the driveway. The police searched for weeks. Dogs picked up scents that led straight to the woods behind the house, then stopped, like the trail had been swallowed. The basement door, however, was nailed shut. I found this story while researching old missing person cases for a book. Coldwater Creek didn't even appear on modern maps anymore, just a forgotten cluster of houses by an abandoned rail line. But the Harrow case was different. The county archive kept a folder labeled simply Coldwater Files. Inside, I found not just reports about the Harrows, but other disappearances stretching back decades. 1967, 3 minors. 1979, a family of 4. 1988, a drifter whose car was found by the creek, empty, keys still in the ignition. Each report ended the same way. Subjects presumed missing, case unresolved. And in almost every case, there was mention of the same house. I decided to visit. Coldwater Creek wasn't easy to reach. The road was cracked, trees bending over like they wanted to bury the town in their roots. When I finally saw the Harrows' house, it looked wrong, like it didn't belong there. The windows were black, as if something inside was watching. The basement door was still boarded, just like the reports said. Locals told me nobody had ever dared to open it. Some claimed that during storms you could hear banging from underneath, like fists pounding against the wood. When I pressed one of them for details, an old man spat tobacco juice and muttered, "That basement don't lead down. It leads elsewhere." The real breakthrough came when I tracked down someone who claimed to have survived the house. Her name was Clara Benson. She'd lived there as a child in 1974. Her father had moved the family into the same property, hoping to find work in the mines. Clara was 10 when she began hearing voices in the walls. At first, it sounded like water dripping. Then it became whispers. Her parents told her it was just the pipes, but Clara insisted the voices said her name. One night, she woke up to find her little brother standing at the top of the basement stairs. His eyes were wide, his lips moving silently like he was repeating something only he could hear. She screamed. Her father rushed in and yanked the boy away, but the child was never the same after that. He stopped speaking, and within a year, he vanished. Her parents claimed he'd wandered into the woods and gotten lost, but Clara swears he was taken, dragged back down into that basement by something that wanted him. Her family left Coldwater Creek within weeks. Her brother's case was written off as another disappearance. Clara never went back. Of course, I made the mistake of staying overnight. I set up a sleeping bag in the living room, my recorder by my side. At around 2:13 a.m., I heard it, scratching from beneath the floorboards. Not rats. The pattern was too deliberate, like nails dragging slowly across wood. Then came the whisper, low, steady, right beside my ear, though I was completely alone. "We're still here." I froze. My recorder picked it up too. When I played it back, there was no mistaking the words. At 3 a.m. sharp, the temperature plummeted. My breath fogged in the air. From the hallway, I saw a faint glow seeping through the cracks of the basement door. Against every ounce of reason, I stepped closer. The boards over the door weren't nailed tight anymore. They looked like something inside had been pushing out. My hand shook as I touched them, and then I heard it. Dozens of voices, all at once, screaming from the other side. Men, women, children, begging, crying, some calling names, others just shrieking. I ran. The next morning, I returned with a local sheriff. When we checked the basement door, the boards were solid again, nailed tight, no glow, no voices. The sheriff told me it was just my imagination. But he didn't play my tape, because when I handed him the recorder, the audio was gone, erased. All that was left was a single sound, a child's laughter. Coldwater Creek doesn't exist anymore, not officially. After the Harrow's disappearance, the county condemned the town. Most houses were torn down. But the Harrow place still stands, rotting deeper into the earth. Every now and then, hikers stumble across it. Some say they see lights in the windows or hear kids playing in the yard when the house is clearly empty. Others report a figure, tall, faceless, standing at the tree line watching. The missing are never found. And sometimes late at night, I play the blank tape again. If you listen closely, really closely, you can hear a faint scratching, getting louder, closer. I don't know why I keep it. Maybe part of me needs proof, or maybe the house hasn't finished with me yet.